Good morning, traders. TG Watkins here. It is January 11th when I'm recording this, and we'll talk about some of the Bitcoin stuff too. A little bit of a surprise, but it turned out to be a sell the news situation with all those Bitcoin ETFs coming out. But other than that, as far as the market goes, the S&P goes, this is still doing the things that I expected it to. So remember, I put out a poll and a questionnaire asking what the S&P would do at its daily 21, and the answer turned out to be bounce. That was a pretty good bounce for that. Now, I also said that we're still concerned because we have price up over the hourly 50 and the Moxie indicator is still significantly below zero. So to show you guys what that looks like, here are a couple posts from what I did in my Moxie trading room. So you can see here, this was basically yesterday, just before the close. So close is at 1 o'clock my time. And I said I'd really love to see the S&P pull back again from here because also, we had CPI, that might be the trigger, could be the Bitcoin thing, could be whatever. Price did come up into a double top and then it pulled back. So even before the close yesterday, I mentioned that. And then the other one, going back just a little bit further, this was also the 10th, but this was in the morning. So this was yesterday morning. And I said, so I think, talking about a bunch of other things, will the market chop in a range? Will it break back below the 21? What's it going to do? And I said, we still need more follow through right here, especially from names because these could just be bounces within pullbacks. I didn't say downtrends because I do think a lot of these names are just in pullbacks. And I said, so I think the SPY needs more time and probably another down move to start setting up some divergences out there. And lo and behold, you look at what we got today. There you go. Pretty nice pullback right there. So you can also say, if we look at this, it could just be right smack to a double top. But other than the double top, because this could have happened kind of anywhere, I chalk this up to an inverse trampoline move. Now, the question is, where do we go from here? Is it going to hold the hourly 50? We don't know yet. Is it going to break back below the daily 21? We don't know yet. And is it going to head towards the daily 50, or is it just going to kind of dip down a little bit? We don't know. We're just going to have to wait and see when these things want to set up again. But right now, we are still in consolidation mode, still in chop, that kind of stuff, until we finally see the next major up move. And we don't know when that will be. We're probably going to have to let the breadth kind of work itself off a little bit. All right, now we can take a look at Bitcoin, GBTC. Now, Bitcoin itself is doing magnificently. This is probably because of the mass adoption of Bitcoin and Bitcoin ETFs. And so the coin itself has been under significant accumulation because of the idea that the Bitcoin ETF is coming out. And, I guess hedge funds and funds in general are going to have to accumulate it in order to then do the ETF and all this other kind of stuff. So Bitcoin is doing great. Now, also, we look at a bunch of other names as far as the Bitcoin miners. So let's kind of scoot over here. And these also have done fantastically. I mean, look at Mara. It went upwards of 200%. Now, today, the Bitcoin space, other than Bitcoin, but the Bitcoin-related names are definitely getting hammered. And this is what I would chalk up to a buy the rumor, sell the news type situation. It came out today that the Bitcoin ETFs are going to get approved. And so sell it to the masses, basically. I was looking at this. I wanted to see if these things were going to continue. I was a little unsure about it, but they had a lot of volume coming into it. They were up. So I took a nibble, got stopped out, and then, but I still like these things. I think overall, these things are looking good. We just need to kind of figure out, okay, when are they going to set back up again? Remember, if we look at these higher time frames, these things look great. It's really just a question of where are they going to go and how are they going to pull back? Because you can see that even Riot, back here, took a lot of time. This is a weekly chart. This took several weeks, and it had to even hammer in right here at the 21 before it finally started going up. And you can see even back here, several weeks it pulled back into the weekly 50 before moving up again. And I think we're in the same situation, trying to just look at this and say, with the bigger picture, how long are we going to have to ride these things out, what it's going to do, where are they going to go, and we just need to be patient for these things. So if we come back to this, you can see we had another, as it turns out, inverse trampoline move, just like the S&P. So price was struggling to stay over the 50 with the Moxie indicator below zero, but these things are now back to an uptrending daily 50. Even the daily 50 has crossed over the 200. So yes, these things they're getting pulled back. We're seeing that across the board with a lot of names. A lot of names needed to do their pullbacks. We got a lot of, let's see, I'm trying to think if I can look at how it's Square. Look at this, even Square, they had a big move, pulling back to the daily 50. Just come other ones, LMND, look at that, pulling back to the daily 50. Even Roku doing this, pulling back into the daily 50. Yeah, below the daily 52. But that's kind of what we're trying to see, is get these things pulling back into support. You can look at W. What is it doing? Pulling back to the daily 50. So yeah, that's kind of what we need to see, are these names taking the froth out. That was November, December, and then see if they can eventually find some support, and where are they going to go from there. But overall, yeah, I'm still bullish on the market. It's just that everything was overly bullish, and there was no place left to go, and so they need to pull back, find some support, and we just have to give the market time in order to do that. All right, guys, thanks again, and we'll see you at the next one. Take care.
Hey, TG here with Simpler Trading. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like or comment below. Also, make sure to subscribe and click that notification bell so you can stay up to date with my market analysis. Or you can join my free newsletter with the link in the description. Good trading, and I'll see you at the next video.